Right, we're back here at today's treasure hunt. We'll be going into round 4. Will be played between Brian So up against Reuven Tan.
Yeah, so once again, we actually managed to avoid Dondozo. Brian is going in with a score of 3-0, his record, whereas he actually managed to pair down with Reuven, who is at 2-1, but Reuven still has quite a lot to fight for.
Yeah, still only round 4. We have 6 rounds total today. So X1 guaranteed top cut, X2 still have a little chance. And Reuven's team is going to be one that we saw earlier today in round 2 with Melvin, playing the same team as Melvin. Whereas Brian's team, we do see on the screen here, it's going to be the Goldango, Murkrow, Elscarada, Annihilate, Mouseco, and the Armor Rouge.
The pretty common mons that we have seen all throughout today.
This might literally be the top 6 in usage.
True.
Yeah, looking at what I see here, that's really missing the Indeedee out of the most common mons, I think.
Yeah, opting to use the mouse hole to be the redirector instead of the Indeedee, which is an interesting strategy. Then the mouse hole, notably in the open team sheet that we can see, is Friend Guard with no population bomb.
Now we also see that the Armor Rouge is here, is the one with the Trick Room on Brian's team. So Reuven's team, as we saw earlier with Melvin, the Sylveon, Palafin, Indeedee, Salamence, Armor Rouge, and the Garchomp.
Melvin managed to feature that very cool combination of terrestrializing the Armor Rouge into Dark. Then the Sylveon goes for quick attack into the Armor Rouge to proc a weakness policy and the weak armor at the same time.
Yeah, I mean Melvin has multiple options. He also has the Palafin flip turn onto the Armor Rouge, which is the more traditional strategy I think used by most Armor Rouge. So in this case, Melvin doesn't have the Reuven doesn't have the ultimate cheese of flip turning into the Flamigo, but the booster Armor Rouge on its own still a pretty strong option. Because in this case, it might not be as easy for Reuven to get it off because as you said, we do have the mouse here. And the mouse can redirect the quick attack or the flip turn, so that it doesn't trigger the weakness policy.
This is interesting, and we actually see Brian, like opting to bring that mouse hole, just in case something like that happens, and respects that strategy. I think Reuven has quite a lot of options in some sense. He can bring anything. Like all his mons seem to be bulky enough and have very good offensive pressure, so doesn't even need to opt for that. Like weakness policy strategy right off the bat.
Yeah, so unlike previously Melvin, we saw when Melvin pretty much committed to the Trick Room early on. Reuven has to be a bit careful because Brian can reverse it with his own Armor Rouge.
Yeah, let's see what they choose to bring in this game 1. I think all of the Pokemon in this matchup are very viable.
With this Sylveon Armor Rouge coming up for Reuven, it's going to be Mouseco Annihilate. So right off the bat, Brian threatening the beat up into the Annihilate to boost the Rage Fist, which would take a KO on either the Armor Rouge or the Sylveon.
Yeah, and Reuven opts not to lead with follow me, right? Like maybe not recognizing that there is this strategy. Maybe like also not maybe respecting the fact that the beat up can help the Annihilate do more damage. At the same time, the Annihilate is like pretty much going to outspeed the
everything,
two mons. Yeah. So yeah, this seems like a protect switch to Indeedee play.
Yeah, he does have protect from the Armor Rouge. So Armor Rouge on Reuven is actually having both protect and the White Guard. So we just Psychic Dragon going to activate the Psychic Seed on Indeedee. Do we see the beat up right off on turn 1? It's going to be the committing to the Terra. His Annihilate is fire. So not wanting to be trying to resist a potential armor cannon.
At first I thought it was the Terra on Reuven's side. So and he
does see the Terra onto
the Armor Rouge, right?
The Armor Rouge.
Yeah,
it's going to be dark. Trying to resist the Rage Fist.
Yeah. Interesting idea, and both players actually committing to their Terra straight away on turn 1. So
I mean, the other dangerous problem for Brian is that for Reuven is that if Brian goes for a beat up into his Armor Rouge, he will trigger the weakness policy with every single hit.
Oh, that's true.
Lowering the defense on each hit. So yeah, Reuven has to be careful. I think why he brought in the follow me on the Indeedee. To see Expanding Force come out, it's going to be a spread attack.
So yeah, basically Annihilate's Terra helps here because it removes the psychic weakness he once had when he was fighting type. Then also proving like you can see from the HP, right, there is the bulky one, so actually manages to survive even if it's in psychic terrain.
I'm surprised he went for follow me. I'm not sure what he was follow meing away, especially since he was committing to the Terra Fire as well, so he wasn't afraid of Armor Cannon. Because Sylvan is spread attacker, Amroach is spread
Yeah,
attacker.
true. So, like, his idea was really just wanting to get that bulk up, and maybe things that the Amroach might do something different. So, yeah, very, like maybe not the most optimal thing to do.
Because now I don't think he can deny the trick room onto the.
In DD, right?
Yeah, he doubled into the Amroach. I
Wow.
think that's the trick room for free on Melvin's side.
Not Melvin. It's
Oh, the
Reuven.
Reuven.
But they have the same
same
spirit
team,
by
yes.
using the same team. So similar strategy though. Like earlier, we also saw Melvin do this. So maybe he must have like practiced together with Reuven. The trick room on the ED like might be very strange to old players, but you really have to just adapt since it's legal. So it's a free trick room there, and then this the Amroach is just free to just do expanding force again.
Yeah, second into the secretary. Not gonna be enough, but I think the expanding force will pick it up.
Let's see if the Annihilate is bulky enough. It might be based on the turn 1 damage. It still goes down. So very, very commanding from Reuven. Just lets the Indeedee set the trick room up for free, and then
Does he have
just quick
Godengo?
damage.
I think Godengo I think he has his force bringing Godengo here. Oh, goes for the Masquerada.
I mean, yeah, tough because the Godengo, if it comes in, right, then the Mousehole can only redirect from the Indeedee's attack. Then the Amroach can easily go for
The Armor Cannon
Cannon.
will go into the Godengo after.
I mean, at the same time,
goes down.
the Masquerada is also weak to it, right? Does he have Sash, Masquerada? Wow, it's choice ban. Brian is doomed.
He needs to survive this psychic. I don't think he can. Yeah, he can't. Yeah, I don't. Oof.
Fell for the trick room and has to suffer for it.
But it's not so bad. But the turn one just was a very confusing play.
It's
It's unclear what he was following away.
true.
Because he Terra Fire, so the only attack he was afraid of was. The only single target attack he was worried in that situation was Armor Cannon. But he was going to follow me anyway.
And yeah, he was gonna Terra Fire anyway as well.
So what on earth are you following away against the Sylveon and the Amroach? Yeah, a very confusing turn one from Brian there.
In the middle of some of the turns, we also saw that Mousehole go for the Super Fang into a protect. Maybe a Super Fang combined with an Annihilate attack could be useful, to threaten all the bulky mons on Reuven's side.
Because he went for the one play that could have been stopped, which was a Rage Fist into the EDD switch in. The one play that didn't do any damage on turn one. I mean, on the bright side of Brian, it really can't get any worse than that. I think everything that could go wrong really went wrong for him there. He just had to. I mean, because the lead looked really good for him. Annihilate up against two not, and the trick room not on the field at that point. And he had the Terra Fire Annihilate, so he doesn't even need to worry about the Hyper Voice or the Armor Cannon. Yeah, I think honestly, I don't think the lead is that bad for Brian. I think he has to bring Mousehole, because if he doesn't bring Mousehole, then Reuven could just go for the setup shenanigans onto the Amroach.
This is also a very tricky game to Reuven won game 1 and can now maybe go a bit fancy and lead.
Yeah, now Palafin can come out or what have you. Now Reuven can do a lot of things to try and mess with Brian.
Brian seems to not want to bring the Mousehole. It might be dangerous.
That's very dangerous when you know your opponent wants to set up the Amroach.
His Godengo is choice specs though. That could be like a way to just dish out damage and put on a lot of pressure at the beginning.
No trick though.
True. And at the same time, yeah, I think the Amroach is just the biggest problem on Brian's side to face against Reuven.
Yeah, because he always has to worry about whether he's gonna Terra Dark. Because he really wants to hit it with Ghost Attack, which is why the Terra Dark is there. So he has to wait until Reuven commits to a Terra before he can really do a lot of commanding damage. And probably giving Reuven free turns is that we saw what this team can do with free turns. He can set up Trick Room, he can set up stat boosts. So the Amroach and the Annihilate coming out this time.
So notably Reuven's lead is the same, and he always has that option in the back to switch to Indeedee.
And go for Expanding Force.
Wow, the team that we are seeing from Reuven and Melvin is so unique, right? And
I think it's also very difficult.
It's
very difficult to play because he has so many ways to play. So it really comes down to the player to bring out the best.
Pilot it well, yeah, true. So what do you think about Brian's lead? That now instead of the Mousehole, there is that Amroach to help
potentially
put more
reverse.
pressure, or even reverse.
It's gonna be a switch for the Amroach. Goes into the Murkrow.
to me,
we see a switch on Reuven as well.
but to me, like turn 1, right, that Terra from his own Annihilate, it's a bit rushed, what? Like,
Kind of forced to, because otherwise you're weak to the Hyper Voice.
He's doing it again. And at the same time, like in game 1, he went for just bulk up. But in the end, like,
Didn't do anything.
didn't do anything because he hit into the protect and then trick room got set up. So is he gonna fall for it again? Okay, once again, both sides think that this Terra into these two mons are the most value.
Yes.
I guess, they sort of counter each other. One becomes a fire type, one becomes not a fire type.
It goes for the boost there. Yeah, without the mouse on the field, Reuven is free to go for the setup.
And at the same time, this Annihilate did not have go for protect because the quick attack went first.
But he resists armor cannon, so there's that. And Expanding Force without psychic range shouldn't be enough to take out the primate. The Annihilate. Yeah, so he will survive.
Okay. Clutch.
And he will get a boosted Rage Fist, but into the Dark type or into the Sylveon. Into the Dark type armor rule.
No.
On the bright side, yeah, and now he has 2 weak powers. Now he has 2 weak armor boost. So even if Merkle goes for Tailwind, it's not going to be enough.
Wait, there could be an idea where the Merkle goes for Haze.
I think he's forced to haze here.
Right, yeah.
But then immediately Annihilate will become the fastest thing on the field after the haze.
Oh my goes for protect. You know what I was thinking? It could be cool, right? If the Merkle goes for Haze, then you go for the quick attack again. Then you go proc the weak armor again to move first. So yeah, sure enough, goes for the Haze there. Except Reuven now.
Goes for Drain Punch.
Goes for protect.
Ooh, I think Hyper Voice.
Ooh,
Hyper Voice be enough. He hasn't got Throw Spray boost yet, has he? Yeah.
Wow, clutch.
But gets a KO on Merkle.
Annihilate
But
somehow
the thing is, now he can do it again. Because Merkle hasn't set up Tailwind, so he can just quick attack to set up the weak armor again.
Wait, yeah, that's true. Because Merkle was forced to haze and did not get a chance to set up Tailwind. Oh dear.
So yeah, this turn was the chance to set up Tailwind. It doesn't matter, because regardless, he can't stop Amrush from having at least +2 speed.
I mean, I guess Amrush is low health, so maybe Reuven has to think twice about going for that quick attack into the Amrush.
He will survive, because
But then
Silva has no
like,
critical
if you
attack.
accidentally crit yourself, then it's not worth it, right? So I think maybe there's something to consider. Then at the same time, this Dark Amrush is just so helpful,
He's going for it again, yeah. There's no reason not to. Because you want to outspeed the Meowscarada.
Correct.
So now you get easy KO on Meowscarada, who can't suck. Even if he has Sucker Punch, he'll be scared press Sucker Punch.
There we go.
And that's going to be a KO on the Meowscarada with the armor cannon.
Interesting idea, because in the meta, people usually see Amrush just defaulting to Grass type Terra. But over here, this Dark type Terra with the weak armor combination just works well. Because Grass type Terra would then work well with Flash Fire.
Not even enough.
Oh man.
I think we saw the last mon was Godango.
No, he actually did not bring Godango.
No, it's going to be his own Amrush. But he has no priority, and the opposing Amrush is already at +2.
I feel like on the bright side, Brian's Amrush just simply resists everything. You resist the armor cannon. You can't take damage from armor cannon. You resist the expanding force. You resist the hyper voice. So there could be something going on there.
Yeah. I think it's too little, too late. Reuven can clean up with. I think either of his dragons at the back will probably clean up at this point.
At the same time, Reuven only led with 2 Pokemon and haven't even revealed the other 2 in the back. So very commanding like game plan and executed it really, really well from Reuven's side, I gotta say. Hey! Hold up. Let's see what Brian targets into, right? Could that be helpful? Sets up the trick room.
Oh, that's not a heat wave?
I guess.
It doesn't heat wave though.
Oh no.
I think you could actually sweep from here with Flash Fire Boost.
True.
But he doesn't.
It's a tough decision during team building, right? To go for the armor cannon or the heat wave.
But isn't he also has expanding force without his own ability?
So a bit curious, like team building choices.
I think he's forced to armor cannon, but he's going to protect his. But Silver's the slowest thing now, isn't it? Going for double. I think he has double. He doesn't get it. Oh yeah, because quick attack. Yeah, when you double protect.
Yeah. Pause for the expanding force. Yeah, I think Brian was
I
really
think Brian-
pressured to do a lot.
I kind of wonder if Brian just gave up there.
True, yeah, yeah. I can see from the camera that he's smiling. He knew, yeah, he knows that this is over and throws in the top.
Yeah, because that was the danger in game 2, going to game 2, when the moment you drop your mouse hold, you open up all the shenanigans on the side of the field.
And at the same time, like Reuven was so prepared to lead with those shenanigans, right?
Yep.
Both games consistently leads with Amarush, Sylveon. Very cool.
Because he knows even if he can't get the shenanigans off,
Yeah.
he always has a very easy switch to Indeed.
Yeah, man. So once again, we see this team in action and claim another victim, 2-0. I mean, when Melvin played, when me and Justin were casting, like Melvin kind of got a bit lucky, but then this time Reuven really just dominated and a very clear way to go up against Brian's Pokemon.
Because Brian's team has the answers, but they were just never on the field at the right time.
Correct. Yeah.
He need, when he saw in game 2, in game 2, the more you take follow me off the field, you open up the quick attack plays. And once Reuven sets it up, then he needs his own trigger on the field, but his Amrouche was not on the field at that time. And by the time he came onto the field, it was too late. The Amrouche was able to just pick up KOs. And Mokuro was forced into if I haste, I get KO'd. But if I don't set up Tailwind, then I can't be outspeeded. But even if I set up Tailwind, he'll just set up even more weak armor boost anyway. So there was no way around it.
Yeah, and props to Reuven on that turn, right? The Sylveon did not go for yet another
Quick
quick attack. Goes for the Protect plus Hyper Voice, right? He
Because-
knows that he can get.
Yeah,
rid of
because
the
it
Murkrow.
was a 50-50.
Yeah.
Either you call that he's gonna Tailwind and then you set up another weak armor boost, or you call that he's gonna haste and just get rid of the Murkrow. And in this case,
It's so
that's
obvious.
where the value of Sash Mokuro really comes in.
Yeah, true.
Because even that was not going to be enough to survive a +1 Sylveon Hyper Voice.
Where's the Sash? Yeah, Brian's team doesn't have Sash.
You know, he just opted for the Evil Light, but just not going to be enough to survive Sylveon.
Yeah, like if he's using this opportunity, this tournament to test the team out, I think that like, maybe can see quite a few like loopholes.
So right now, Reuven and Brian now with the same record,
Yeah,
3-1. So this team looking pretty good. With potentially both Reuven and Melvin making top cut with this team.
Two appearances, yeah.
Yeah, so I believe we'll still have some way to go for the rest of the round, but we will see you in round 5.
Yeah, there'll be 2 more rounds to go after this.
Yeah, and after this, I think we'll be featuring only the X1s as much as possible.
Yep.
Because that's when you essentially win and you are pretty much in cut, but you lose and you're on the bubble. So we'll see you in round 5.